So here we are at the AMA site, and we thought you might, for those of you who've never been, you might enjoy a tour of the site. We've got a fishing pond just here to the left in front of the AMA administrative headquarters. And we have seen people fishing in there. So it's an active fishing pond. On the right, we've got the National Model Aviation Museum. Lots and lots of aeromodelling displays going on inside there, dating back a lot of years. And here we come round to sort of a lot of flagpoles here. These are all the flags of the countries that are competing in the World Championships at the moment. I took this video on the morning of Wednesday, the 9th of August. And this is the final day of the World Championships. We've got our final F3N round this afternoon, the music round. I thought this would be a good opportunity to come out and take a video. The original soundtrack for the video, you couldn't hear what I was saying because, as you can probably see, I'm got my head and the camera stuck out the top of the sunroof of the hire car that Aaron's very kindly driving for me. And when we played it back, you could not hear a word that I said. So hence I'm redoing the sound and the tour over the top of the visuals. So this site is incredible. It's huge. It's 1,000 acres. The AMA officially opened it back in June of 1992, so just over 30 years. And as you can see, all this area in front of us here belongs to the AMA and is used for aero modelling activities. Just coming up on our left at the moment, you can see in the centre of the screen, is site number 5. This is where the F3C flight line has been for the duration of the World Championships. We've got some people just over here on the right practicing F3C. We could use the whole area to practice except for the official flight lines. There's plenty of areas to choose from. So again, get a slightly better view as we get closer of the F3C flight line. And now we're into the finals rounds. The F3N is moved over here as well. So yeah, that's that area there, nice and open and clear. Fantastic flying venue, really is amazing. So as we continue down here, we're going to look over to the right, and that's from the north looking south down at what was the F3N flight line for the preliminary rounds. We'll get a closer look at that as we go around. But what's about to come up is what I originally thought was a house that somebody lived in. I was wrong when I checked the map. It's the headquarters for the Nationals and various other bits and pieces. Look at this. Wouldn't it be amazing to live here? Just incredible. So here we have a small house that's used for administrative purposes, and an outbuilding there that houses some grass cutting machinery. As you can imagine, trying to keep the grass cut on this entire area is quite a job. Straight ahead there we'll reach a boundary of the AMA's property. Can't go any further, so we turn right and follow this road down here, and again you get a view of the F3N flight line that we were at for the preliminary rounds, and an RV parking area. Now, I was told by several people that if you come to the Urcha Jamboree and you're in an RV and you want a decent night's sleep, it's not a good idea to actually park on top of the Jamboree flight line, because flying can take place right through the night into the wee small hours and beyond. So if you want a decent night's sleep, you're better off parking a bit further away like these guys have. But you're still within a very close distance of the Urcha flight line itself, the Jamboree flight line. And of course, if you've got a golf cart, which we'll be seeing shortly, there's no problem getting around. There you can see the marquees for the Jamboree just in the distance there on the left. So going further down this road, this is Centre Drive. We've got some maintenance buildings coming up on the right. And then we're going to turn left down the far end and head towards Area 4, which is where the IRCHA Jamboree is going to take place, and where we were set up originally for practice prior to the preliminary rounds. Here we go. Here's one of these golf carts. Amazing. I love them. People were amazed that I'd never been in a golf cart. I said, well, I don't play golf. It's the only place that I've seen in the UK golf carts being used. Apparently here in the States, in some towns, they're allowed to use golf carts to drive around the town as long as the speed limit is below 30 miles per hour. Within the town itself, they're allowed to use their golf carts. So it saves them having to get in their car and go out. If the weather's nice, they can just hop in their golf cart. It's incredible. So right now we're driving down to Area 4. And the big marquee you can see just in the distance there, that's where the scale helicopters will set themselves up during the Jamboree. They're not there yet, but they will be. And as we go a bit further down, we can see sort of the area that's going to be used for the Jamboree, all there on the left. It's a bit empty at the moment. There are a lot of marquees, admittedly, but not many people around, or nobody setting up. The official Jamboree doesn't start until tomorrow, and it runs for 4 days, Thursday through to Sunday. So as we turn the corner here, we're right at the southern edge of the AMA site, and we'll see lots of RVs parked up on our left, and other cars and people wanting to fly. That's where we were set up, just here on the left, when we first arrived for practice. So we moved on once it started getting busier here. Coming up on the left on his electric cycle is Dennis. Wonderful gentleman, Dennis. He and his wife drove from California in their RV. They're both now retired, and made a real big trip of it. And they're here for the duration. And he very kindly lent the GBR team a table for us to use while we're here. So we're very grateful for that. Right, now you can get an idea of the length of this flight line. It just goes on and on. I say a lot of these stands empty at the moment, but they will be filled by the time we get to tomorrow. People flying, enjoying the good weather, and it just keeps on going. This is why you need these golf carts. Imagine how long it would take you to walk from one end to the other, especially if you were carrying helis and starting equipment or whatever. So this down here on the left was where the Swiss F3C team had set themselves up to practice. Down the far end was where the US team were practicing. Other people now, you get just individuals as well as clubs will come along, set up their own little marquee, an area for flying. And there in the distance you can see the RVs from close to that Area 3 where we had the F3N preliminary rounds. We're going to head back that way now. Can you believe this video is now over 8 minutes long, and we're still going. It's incredible. Only in America. Brilliant, love it. Guy on a little electric motorcycle. Oh dear. Right, so we're going now to our new practice area, which is closer to the original F3N flight line. As it's got a bit busy on the main IRCHA flight line, as I said, it's better for us to come and practice down here where we're not disturbing those wanting to fly, and they're not disturbing us. So about to turn left into the field now. Dave will be along shortly. He's got the gazebo in the team hire car, and we're heading down. Jamie Robertson's already there. He's joining us for a few practice flights this morning, and then we've got the music round this afternoon. Lovely day for it. There is rain forecast this afternoon, but hopefully we'll get the competition flights in before the rain arrives. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tour.